Welcome to the Stoic couple, where wisdom guides love, hearts connect, and every bond tells its unique story. When a woman realizes you've lost interest, it triggers a significant shift in her behavior. Women are deeply attuned to attention and energy, especially from a man they've been involved with or someone who has shown genuine interest in them. This isn't just about emotional attachment, it's about the power dynamic. When you suddenly pull back, it disrupts her perception of control and forces her to question her position in your life. This reaction isn't random. It's rooted in psychology and evolutionary biology. Losing interest, whether intentional or natural, flips the dynamic entirely. She goes from feeling desired and comfortable to uncertain and vulnerable. Women often seek validation, consciously or subconsciously, from the men who once pursued them. When that validation disappears, it sparks confusion, self doubt, and even competitive instincts. This is why you'll notice a woman suddenly reaching out more, trying to reconnect, or even appearing in spaces she knows you'll be. It's not just her missing your attention, it's her fighting to reclaim the sense of control she felt when you were invested. As a man, understanding this reaction puts you in a position of strength. When you master the art of holding back, you're not just regaining control of the dynamic, you're demonstrating high value. Men who act from a place of abundance rather than neediness project power. This isn't about playing games, it's about recognizing your worth and positioning yourself as someone who isn't easily swayed. Women instinctively respect and are drawn to this energy. In this video, I'll break down her typical reactions when she senses you've lost interest and teach you how to navigate this dynamic effectively. Mastering this will not only elevate your dating life, but also make you more confident in all your relationships. Let's dive in. 1. She becomes more attentive. When a woman realizes you've lost interest, one of the first things you'll notice is that she suddenly becomes more attentive. Women are wired to pick up on subtle shifts in energy, and the moment she senses you pulling away, it creates a void she feels compelled to fill. This shift triggers her competitive instinct, especially if she believes other women might now be catching your eye. She'll start paying closer attention to your actions, words, and overall behavior, even things she previously overlooked. This attentiveness often manifests as her initiating conversations more frequently, asking about your day, or trying to insert herself into your life in ways she hadn't before. You might receive unexpected compliments, hear her laugh at jokes she previously ignored, or see her actively engaging with your social media posts. These changes aren't accidental, they're her way of reestablishing a connection and getting your attention back on her. From your perspective, this is where you need to remain steady. A man who reacts too quickly to this new attention risks falling back into her frame. It's tempting to reciprocate her newfound enthusiasm, but doing so too eagerly can undo the power shift you've just created. Instead, maintain your focus on your priorities and let her come to you. Respond with confidence, but avoid overinvestment. She may also show a sudden interest in things you care about. She might ask about your hobbies, suggest plans she knows you'll enjoy, or even bring up topics you've mentioned in the past. This is her way of signaling that she's paying attention and values your interests. Again, don't let this derail your frame. Acknowledge her efforts without losing sight of your own goals. It's also worth noting that her attentiveness might be paired with subtle signs of nervousness. She may appear more eager to please, or her messages might carry a tone of insecurity, asking if you're upset or if something has changed. These are cues that she's feeling unsettled by your withdrawal and is trying to understand where she stands with you. While this can stroke your ego, it's crucial to remain composed. Overplaying your hand by acting dismissive or arrogant can backfire, turning her attentiveness into resentment. Instead, keep your interactions measured and purposeful. Respond in a way that shows you're in control, but also convey that your attention isn't easily won. A high value man doesn't rush to reassure someone who suddenly realizes they might lose him. By staying calm and grounded, you reinforce the idea that her increased attention is a response to your strength, not something you need to chase or validate. This newfound attentiveness is a key sign of her realization. Recognizing and handling it correctly allows you to remain in control of the dynamic, keeping her intrigued while demonstrating your value. It's a delicate balance, but mastering it sets the tone for the power you hold moving forward. 2. She tests your resolve. Once a woman notices you've lost interest, her next move is often to test your resolve. Women are naturally drawn to men who are steady and confident, but when you pull back, she will instinctively test whether your withdrawal is genuine or just a temporary act. These tests serve as her way of gauging your emotional strength, self control, and commitment to the new dynamic you've created. How you respond will determine whether she respects you or dismisses you as someone easily manipulated. One of the most common tests is her acting cold or distant to see if you'll chase her. If she senses you've pulled back, she may mirror your behavior in an attempt to regain the upper hand. This is a calculated move designed to provoke a reaction. Many men fall into this trap, rushing to reassure her or doubling down on their efforts to reconnect. Doing so immediately shifts the power back into her hands and undoes the impact of your initial withdrawal. Instead, you need to remain composed and unshaken. If she acts distant, match her energy or maintain a calm indifference. Your lack of reaction sends a clear message you're not playing games, and your self worth isn't tied to her validation. This response will force her to reconsider her strategy and, more often than not, prompt her to drop the cold act and pursue you more openly. Another test you might encounter is her trying to provoke jealousy. She could casually mention other men, post photos designed to get your attention, or subtly allude to her options. This is a tactic meant to spark insecurity in you, pushing you to react emotionally and reassert your interest in her. Falling for this bait gives her the control she's seeking, but staying calm and unfazed reinforces your value. A man who doesn't react to such provocations demonstrates confidence and emotional maturity, qualities women find irresistibly attractive. She might also test your boundaries by becoming more demanding or critical. This could be as simple as her picking fights over trivial matters or pushing you to explain your behavior. The goal is to destabilize your resolve and pull you back into her frame of control. Avoid engaging in unnecessary arguments or over explaining yourself. Instead, keep your responses clear and concise, showing her that you won't be drawn into emotional chaos. Understanding the psychology behind these tests is critical. Women respect men who hold firm under pressure and don't buckle at the first sign of resistance. Each test is an opportunity for you to reinforce your value and demonstrate your independence. The more consistent you are in handling these moments with confidence and self control, the more she will view you as a man worth pursuing. By standing your ground during these tests, you maintain the upper hand in the dynamic. This not only increases her respect for you, but also strengthens your position as a man who operates on his own terms. 3. She becomes emotionally unpredictable. When a woman realizes you've lost interest, one of the most notable reactions is a surge in emotional unpredictability. This shift happens because losing your attention disrupts her sense of control and stability. Women are highly attuned to emotional dynamics in relationships, and when they feel that balance slipping, it creates internal conflict. This often manifests as sudden mood swings, mixed signals, or dramatic behavior. Her unpredictability is a way of processing the situation and, more importantly, attempting to regain control over the connection. At first, you may notice an increase in warmth and affection. She might shower you with compliments, seek validation, or express how much she values you. These moments of intense connection are calculated attempts to pull you back into her frame. By being sweet and attentive, she hopes to reignite your interest. However, if this approach doesn't yield the desired result, her demeanor may quickly shift to frustration or even anger. This sudden change isn't random, it's her way of testing whether her emotional fluctuations will provoke a reaction from you. For example, she might start arguments over minor issues, criticize you more often, or accuse you of not caring. These emotional outbursts are designed to force you into addressing her feelings and, by extension, re engaging with her. Many men fall into the trap of overreacting during these moments, either by trying to calm her down or by excessively defending themselves. Both responses hand control back to her, which is exactly what she's seeking. Instead, your job is to remain calm and emotionally detached. Let her emotions run their course without being drawn into the storm. Another aspect of this unpredictability is mixed signals. One moment she might act clingy and overly invested, while the next she may pull away or act cold. These shifts serve a purpose to see if you'll chase her when she withdraws or double down when she acts needy. Recognizing this pattern allows you to navigate it effectively. Avoid trying to decode every signal and instead focus on maintaining your own emotional stability. Mixed signals lose their power when you refuse to be affected by them. In some cases, emotional unpredictability may escalate into attention seeking behavior. She might post cryptic messages online, flaunt her social life, or create scenarios designed to make you feel like you're missing out. This is her way of pulling your focus back onto her, forcing you to wonder what she's up to. The key here is to resist the urge to react. A man who remains unshaken by her attempts to provoke him sends a powerful message. His value doesn't depend on her approval or attention. Ultimately, emotional unpredictability is her way of processing the discomfort of your withdrawal and trying to regain the upper hand. By staying calm, grounded, and emotionally disciplined, you show her that her tactics don't affect you. This reinforces your value and keeps you in control of the dynamic, ensuring that she has to work to earn your attention again. 4. She tries to reignite your interest. Once a woman realizes you've lost interest, she will often shift gears and attempt to reignite your desire. This behavior stems from a need to reclaim the attention and validation she feels slipping away. When she senses that your focus has shifted elsewhere, her instinct is to reestablish her influence over you by becoming more appealing, desirable, and engaging. This phase is critical because it's when she puts effort into proving her worth in your eyes, a stark contrast to when she may have taken your interest for granted. One of the first tactics she may employ is enhancing her physical appearance. Women know how visual men are, and when she senses you've checked out, she'll work to make herself more attractive in your eyes. This could mean dressing more provocatively, experimenting with her hair or makeup, or showcasing her best features in ways that are hard to miss. Pay attention to how she presents herself around you. If she's suddenly putting in more effort than before, it's a sign she's trying to pull your attention back. Beyond her appearance, she may also shift her demeanor. She might become more agreeable, playful, or flirtatious, highlighting the qualities she knows you found attractive in the first place. You may notice her laughing more at your jokes, initiating lighthearted banter, or reminiscing about good times you've shared. This is her way of reigniting the spark and reminding you of the connection you once had. While it may feel flattering, remember to maintain your composure. A high value man doesn't instantly fold at the first sign of renewed interest. He evaluates whether her effort is genuine or simply a reaction to losing control. Another method she might use is creating opportunities for you to notice her. She could go out of her way to cross paths with you, be more active on social media, or subtly place herself in environments where she knows you'll be. This behavior isn't random, it's deliberate. She wants to remind you of her presence and show you what you're missing. While these gestures might seem coincidental, they are carefully calculated moves designed to draw your attention back toward her. Additionally, She might shift her behavior to align more closely with your preferences or interests. If you've mentioned liking a specific activity, hobby, or type of person, she may suddenly embody those qualities. This isn't necessarily a bad thing. It shows she's willing to put in effort, but it's also a test of your resolve. Don't immediately reward her behavior. Instead, observe whether these changes are consistent over time or simply a short term strategy to regain your interest. The most important thing you can do during this phase is remain steady. Don't jump back into old patterns of chasing or overinvesting in her efforts. Let her work to rebuild the connection on your terms. A high value man recognizes that her renewed interest is a response to his self respect and independence. By maintaining your frame, you ensure that any rekindled connection is based on mutual value, not her temporary need to reclaim control. Final thoughts. When a woman realizes you've lost interest, her reactions reveal a lot about the power dynamics in the relationship. From emotional unpredictability and mind games to aggressive pursuit, each move reflects her attempt to regain control and your attention. As a man, your focus should remain on emotional discipline, self respect, and maintaining your frame. By not reacting impulsively or abandoning your priorities, you establish yourself as a high value individual who cannot be manipulated. The key is consistency. Stay grounded and let her actions speak louder than her words. In doing so, you control the narrative and keep the power in your hands. Thanks for being part of the Stoic couple, where love grows with wisdom and every story matters. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights on meaningful connections. See you next time.